So, good morning, good day. I don't know what time it is. I think it's just after 11 o'clock on this beautiful day. It's just a gorgeous day today. So, lots of positive vibes. So, I just came on here to I'm working on my inner peace and my inner positivity. The world's just so hard sometimes, and it brings your vibration and your energy down, and it just never seems to quit. And I've been trying to consciously be aware of more of what I say, how I say things, how I react to things, because I feel like I've been in such a low vibration and just a negative state for so long, not really appreciating all the beautiful things I have and the life I have and the people that surround me every day. Um, and I've been trying to work on that a lot. And I have to say, it does help. Things really do work out for the better the more positive that you perceive things, even problems. So I had a situation where, I own my own business, own operate my own business. Sounds so glamorous, and it's great. And I'm very fortunate that I'm able to do that, especially being a woman in this world. You know, um, Women in other countries don't. Some other countries don't have any of those opportunities. So I'm very grateful for that. And I have a great partner that I work with, and we have great clients, and we've been very fortunate and successful in our business. With that being said, we don't necessarily, we're not Amazon. So, you know, um, we're just a mom and pop shop that brings a service to the needs of others, and we provide that service for them. And they, you know, pay for that. So it's great. So we're able to sustain ourselves on our small, very small um, business. With that being said, obviously taxes and things like this, tax season, it's a bear, right? For anybody. So I had recently gotten a notice from the local IRS at the state, saying I apparently there was a miscalculation in what I owed for the year of 2021, and I had owed them, I think it was like $133. So uh, they took it out of my account, but and whatever, I worked it out with them. They're actually, because this was a first time, they're going to actually return it to me, which is really great. Of course, I'll have to wait a while for that, but that's okay. But the bank charged me. They charged me $125 for processing this. I was blown away. I mean, okay, I get a processing fee, maybe $20, $30, even $35, but $125, it was nearly the amount that the IRS charged me. So, okay, so breathe, Michelle, just breathe. It's all fine. Thankfully I'm not in a situation where I I couldn't buffer that. But so I was like, I called, our accountant guy, and he's like, you know what, just call and see, just ask if they'll give it back to you. What's the harm in that, right? And normally, before working on myself, like I had stated before, I would just be like, what the? And not to say that I wasn't perturbed, because I kind of was, but I just kind of took that in. I accepted it for what it was, called whoever the person was that I needed to call, which was, our tax guy. And, he gave me a positive direction and helped me steer me in the right direction. So I called the IRS. They said, yeah, sure, we'll forgive it. As soon as, it's processed, we'll process it back and give it back, which is fine. I'm fine with that. And I called the bank, and they were Initially, the woman that I was talking to, just in customer service, even was a bit of alarmed of the charge, and then transferred me to their tax department or like their levy department. And initially, the woman that answered the phone, she wasn't too thrilled because she's not a customer facing. It's not what she does. Apparently, she made that very clear. Um, but I asked. I said, "Look, I think it's a bit extreme that you're charging me almost nearly the same amount that I was charged by the IRS. I mean, a processing fee of $125 for a small debit of my account, that seems a bit much, so anything you can do to return some of it, even, it didn't even have to be all of it, but I mean, that's just a lot." And so she said she put me on hold, and she came back and she said, "We're processing a credit of the whole thing." So great. That's awesome. So I guess the point of what I'm trying to say is, I think, had I not been working on being more positive, having a breathe, accept, take it in, breathe out, um, you know, ask, just ask, what's the harm? Um, they say no. Sure, that would annoy me. And I might even say, okay, well, there's nothing you can do. Like, because I probably would have tried to persuade her, to give me something back. But, I think the tone in my delivery is changing. And I think that's helping with a lot more positivity in my life. So the moral of the story is, try not to let negative, for what's perceived as negative things, bring you down. Um, accept it for what it is. Acknowledge it. Breathe in, breathe out. And try to find the solution to fix it. So whether you need to call someone else for help, because there's always someone there to help you. I know we feel alone a lot, and we feel like everything has to be done ourselves, especially like a single parent, or a mom or a dad. Like, like when you're taking care of kids, it's just constant. There's just constant things that need to get done, or that you need to prepare for. So you're always just kind of like inundated with that, and that can take up a lot of your energy. And it really is true. Focusing on yourself, not like where you ignore everyone else, but, taking the time and the energy to focus on yourself, is not selfish. It's just not. So take the time for yourself. Whatever you need to do to work on feeling more positive, whether it's meditation, exercise, watching comedy, listening to great happy music, stuff that's going to bring that vibration, that energy in a more positive realm, so to speak. It's definitely a lot more helpful. I'm seeing changes in my life since starting to do that. And some of it is difficult because there's just truths that you have to face, you know, skeletons in the closet, so to speak, that have been, that door shut and locked and barricaded. Well, they're still there. They haven't gone anywhere. They still exist. So unless you open the door and deal with them, they'll always be there. And so you're still holding that in, whether you consciously are aware of it or not, it's there. So, doing the work, accepting things for what they are, and moving forward, you know, and saying to yourself that this is no longer going to, tie me down. I'm not going to give it any more power anymore. And some people would say, well, yeah, keeping that door closed isn't giving it power. Well, but again, it still exists. It's still there. So if you don't confront it and deal with it, it will always be there, and it will always be a weight in your life. Um, if you go and open that closet door and you deal with it and it's gone, there's no weight there. It's gone. So, you know, hopefully this helps someone, but those banks, man, whew, could be a bear. So just always ask, never hurts to ask um, why something's happening, why it happened, you know, can I get it back? Is there a reason why you took it? What's the reason? And all of that. So I hope that helps. But hope everybody has a beautiful day, and take that time to breathe and sit and just listen to the birds and the trees, and because how blessed are we, right? How blessed are we?